This morning I posted that video about how YouTube was screwing me over, and I realized that I've been doing YouTube wrong. I keep telling you guys that I'm not going to be performative anymore and that I'm going to be myself. And every time I do that, I end up being performative again. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but I think that it's because I watch so many other content creators that are super performative. Right now on YouTube, we have a performative male fake acting problem. Everybody's trying to be something they're not, and everybody's trying to speak a certain way and act a certain way. I watched a video by the Amazing Atheist. I don't know if any of you guys remember this guy. He used to be pretty big back in like 2015, maybe 2016. I used to watch him a lot, but he fell off for a while. I didn't know he was still making videos, and he just showed up on my For You page today. And I watched his video, and I don't know if it's an age thing, because I'm assuming he's probably in my age demographic, if not a little older than me. But he was saying the exact same shit I've been saying all this time, that YouTube content creation has become super performative and that we've strayed away from just being ourselves on camera. I feel like I already made this video though. I feel like I already said all of this stuff, and I made a video where I had no edits, and then I went right back to bullshitting y'all and being super performative. I mean, shit, I don't think I was being, to be honest, okay. I wasn't being super performative, but I also wasn't being super organic. Like, I grabbed the notepad, I wrote out the talking points that I wanted to discuss in the video, and then I ended up like reading the talking points one by one and pausing between each one and then cutting it up. So that's why you see that the video kind of had like stretches where it was like consistent and it felt organic, but then other sections where it felt kind of forced, is because I used talking points that I had already written down. And also on my second take, so I did 2 takes. I did the first take of the video where I used the talking points that I wrote, my notes, and then I went back and I basically did the whole video again off the cuff from my head. But either way, I don't want to do that. That is so fake. That is so fake. I want to just come on here and do what I'm doing right now. And I keep telling myself every time I make one of these videos that I'm not going to go ahead and pretend to be some perfect actor, some narrator on TV. I'm just going to come on here and talk to you guys. But then I turn on the camera and it's like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. And all of a sudden I am thinking out what I'm going to say. I'm talking super fast. I don't got my natural cadence. And I end up cutting stuff and rearranging things and re-recording stuff and just being super duper performative. And then that makes me stressed out. It makes me not even want to continue making content. If I'm telling you guys the truth, that's what it does. It makes me not even want to continue doing this. There's a lot of things that I need to do in my life. The last month, I don't know what it is, but I felt that I've been losing myself, and I've been kind of on this like inner journey to find who I am again. I don't know what it is. It's like I have pressure on me. I'm sitting there, I'm watching YouTube, I'm thinking to myself, why am I watching videos? I want to disconnect. I'm posting to social media, I'm posting to Instagram, TikTok, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to be on these platforms if I need to follow a trend. And I just feel like a lot of pressure's on me all of a sudden to just kind of find out who I am. And being super performative in my videos is not helping. Even though I already knew this, I told you guys this a few weeks ago. I came on here and I said I wasn't going to be performative anymore. I was not going to edit my videos. If I mess up, I'm just going to keep the errors in the video. And I made like 2 videos like that, and then I went right back to being a perfectionist. Maybe it's in my nature, but I need to break that. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I'm here to break the wheel. As it's so lame, as Daenerys Targaryen would say in Game of Thrones. But it's the truth. If I keep doing this, I'm going to burn myself out. if not lose my fucking mind altogether. There's a lot of things that I need to fix about my character, and they're not going to get fixed if I'm on here pretending to be something I'm not. I didn't sign up to be a newscaster. I didn't sign up to be some perfect cookie cutter content creator. That's what the Amazing Atheist was saying in his video. He was saying that they've tricked us into thinking that we're part of a subculture, they were individuals, that we're doing something unique, when in reality, most of us are just following a trend and following whatever the algorithm is telling us to do. And that we want to call that authentic. That's not being authentic. A few days ago, I think I told you guys this on my stream, I saw somebody making a video about authenticity on YouTube. And I really thought it was going to be a video where he was going to be genuinely himself. And the first thing I saw was the guy setting up cameras. He put a camera in front of his car. He walked to his car. He put another camera in his driveway. He drove away. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, you know that when he finished that scene, he had to go back and pick up those cameras. Like, it's the definition of being performative. And I get it. Everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to make it on here. But at what cost? At what cost? I'd rather be myself and fail than fake it and be somebody else just to make it in this algorithm. Because the algorithm is just erasing who I am. You're going to think that you're getting better at the craft. Oh, my editing is getting better. The angles are getting better. The talking points are getting better. But in reality, you're just losing yourself. And when you go back and compare the person you become with the person you originally were, you'll be a completely different person because you're following a trend and not being yourself. So I don't want to do that. And I need you guys to hold my feet to the fire. If this is the first video you're watching of mine, or if you're already a subscriber, I need you to call me out in the comments next time you see me making a video with a bunch of edits, a bunch of cuts that feels cookie cutter and generic. Because what's the point of having a voice if your voice is just going to be an echo of everyone else's? Not worth it. You know what's crazy? The more I make videos, the more I start to question whether I'm an NPC or not. I don't know if you have experience making videos, but when you make a video, it's like whatever you're saying to the camera, if you're doing it off the cuff like I'm doing right now, you're not even thinking what you're saying. You're just letting it come out. So do I have free will? Who's coming up with the words coming out of my mouth? Either that or I'm going through a psychosis. Maybe I'm going through a midlife crisis. Finally, it's finally hitting me, the midlife crisis that everybody spoke of. I just want to be myself. I just want to be who I am off camera. Every time I get on here and I make a video, I start using college grade words and acting fake and talking a way that I don't talk in real life, losing my pace, losing my cadence, not being myself. And you can feel when you're not being yourself. You can literally feel it. So then it makes you more and more nervous as you go. Right now, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous, but I'm not super duper nervous. When you're not being yourself, when you're faking it, when you're just following a script, the whole video you feel anxiety. The pressure to perform. I am tired of the pressure to perform. Who cares if I stutter? Why am I so worried about this? I need to break this mental barrier that I have where I'm worried about appearing to be something I'm not. Let me mold myself into the image that other people will accept because I'm too afraid to be myself and get rejected. Let me talk with a different cadence than I normally talk. Let me use words that I normally don't use. Let me try to appear more sophisticated than I really am. Let me play a character. I'm done playing a character. I'm done. And I'm going to post this video even though it's off my brand. Fuck having a brand, man. There is no such thing as my personal brand. Just be yourself. You don't need to market everything. You don't need to package everything into a neat little ribbon-tied box that you can sell to other people. Forget having Forget having a personal brand. Just be yourself. That's the strongest personal brand you can have. I'm not going to sit here and avoid saying things or talk a certain way because it fits my niche. It fits my personal brand. Everybody's doing that. That's what people don't understand. That if you try to be something you're not, to follow a trend, to fit a mold, to blow up, as some people would say, you're not going to blow up because you're going to blend in with everyone else because you're just being like everybody else on here. Everybody else is following a trend. Everybody else is talking off of a script or talking points. Everybody has the same editing style. Everybody's talking with the same cadence. Be different. Otherwise, what's the point of doing this? I started doing YouTube because I wanted to have a voice. I wanted to influence people with my perspective of reality, of life. And if I'm just going to follow everybody else to fit into the mold so the algorithm picks me up, then I defeat the purpose of even making videos to begin with. I might as well not do it. Every time I come on here, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a teaching video. And I want to have like a Dan Martell style. I'm not Dan Martell. I'm Scott fucking Leonard. So then I start talking and I feel like it's not fitting that mold. And it makes me nervous. And I have to restart the video multiple times because it's not fitting the image that I'm trying to create. Instead of just showing the image of who I really am. And if people like it, if they vibe with it, they'll vibe with it. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth the stress. Faking it, pretending to be somebody else is just not worth the stress.